start. Whoa, good morning, everyone. Hi, Christy.
Hello.
We're at home
Kind of a
today.
snowy morning, isn't it?
I know. Mine's kind of glary in the background, but you can see kind of the snow behind me, and I know you are in your backyard too.
Yeah.
Are you in your porch?
Yeah, I'm in the Duncan metropolitan area right now, and I'm on the deck just inside to keep the computer dry from the snow.
Me
We
too.
still have a few flurries coming down, just a few, but I think this event is trying to wrap up. But I just checked the latest observations, and Greenwood is still getting some snow. It changes over to freezing rain in Columbia right now, so this is a statewide impact with this first one that's been passing through the area. I'd say everybody north of 85, with the exception of the high mountains up near Tennessee, are kind of wrapping up with this. And what you see is pretty much what you're going to get. And we've gotten some decent reports. I measured our snow here, and we've had almost an inch of snow in Duncan, Greer area. So how about you, Amy?
I'm in the Roebuck area. We've got a glorified dusting. I don't know what exactly.
Oh,
I have
okay.
no measurement, but it's pretty, but it's really just a dusting. Now you talked about last night though how
Yeah.
we could expect to, because of the wetness and the warmth of the ground, that more fell than what we see. Is that probably true? If it's safe to say.
Well, that's right. At 11 o'clock, we were still in the 40s across much of the upstate. And so you're right. A lot of what could have fallen as snow fell as rain initially, but we did see the cool down, like we were talking about. That cold air that was up in the mountains all day made its way down. And so we saw the changeover. And because it was just the big fluffy, snowflakes, wet snow, we've been able to get some decent accumulations. I mean, pretty much along the lines of what we were talking about, if not just a little more in some areas. People woke up 4:30, 5 o'clock maybe to check what was going on daybreak, and it didn't look impressive, but then the snow rate started to pick up a couple hours ago.
Yeah, everyone. I was up kind of really late, which was ridiculous, but was tracking it with a lot of people overnight, and they were like kind of like that, like, well, it started, but I can't imagine this is going to amount to much. And then they woke up and were like, surprise, in certain
That's
spots.
right. And yeah, we saw the school districts go from a 2 hour delay to just closing school in a lot of cases throughout the area. And of course, all that's on WSPA.com. Now, we are going to get above freezing today. Right now, we're sitting in the upper 20s to lower 30s. And so some of those roads, especially the secondary roads, could still be dicey. But I think say it's 9:18, I'd say by 10:30, 11 o'clock, we're going to start to see more and more areas kind of edging above 32. And it's going to be a cold afternoon. So we'll be in the mid to upper 30s at best for this afternoon. Now, after
Chrissy,
this
I
one
want to
wraps up,
showcase.
I
Hey,
think,
Chrissy, let me showcase one thing before we move on to the rest of it.
oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
your picture of your snow total. There it is.
Yeah,
Can people see that?
that's right.
So you
And
had
a
how
lot
much
of people are
snow?
using the yardsticks. Just almost an inch. Almost an inch. And we've had some decent snow reports coming in to the National Weather Service. I was just looking at some of these. Probably the highest amount I've seen so far is in Rabun County, where they had over 4 inches of snow. Here's Swain County, Avery County, 2 to 3.5 inches there. Let me see if I can get some of our upstate zones to pass along. And we've had lots of pictures coming in too,
Oh
Amy, that you've
yeah,
been passing along too.
yeah.
Half inch of
I'm
snow
fun.
reported in Walhalla. In general, I'd say, half inch or less in a lot of areas with a few isolated higher amounts for the upstate zones. And so, it's enough to be a beautiful morning and enough to cause the schools to have to make some decisions, but not so much that we'll be digging out, as they say.
This is a little bit of video. People can play this
Oh, that's
video. This is coming in from one of our viewers. I can't remember where Joyless is. I think she's in the Spartanburg vicinity, but that's what you're talking about, the pretty snowfall. Look how beautiful it looked coming down.
right.
And we,
And you see, you can still see a little bit of the lawn, underneath. It's not totally blanketed, but and that's a pretty common scene, I think. That's how our yard looks too. You can still see a little of the grass up there, but the white kind of overrules everything.
and I still have very fine snow falling here. Do you have snow falling there at all right now, or are you done?
I mean,
I
it's
mean,
just,
it's
it's
very
like,
hard to
yeah,
see
just a
it.
real fine
Yeah,
flurry. It's,
super fine.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty much over for us. I'm looking at the radar right now. Don't forget 24/7 weather app if you don't have it. Union, Lawrence, Greenwood especially, we've got some of the snow still coming down in earnest there. And again, it changes from snow to freezing rain between Greenwood and Columbia. So that's where that dividing line is. So we're all under a winter weather advisory until noon today. We've got a winter storm warning in effect for the Tennessee border counties until 4 o'clock this afternoon because they've had some more snow that's going to stick around all day, and so the roads are going to be bad. And now everybody's attention kind of turns to the next one coming in. This one's going to be Wednesday night into Thursday. Our confidence is kind of increasing that we're going to see another round of snow. Should be a bigger punch of it in a lot of areas. The National Weather Service has put us under a winter storm watch that starts 6 p.m. tomorrow, and that will last until Thursday morning, 6 a.m., I believe. And so the prime time for the next round is going to be after 7 o'clock Wednesday night, go until about 2 or 3 in the morning Thursday. And of course, the big question is, how much are we going to see and what's the type? The latest computer models that I've seen indicates that we're going to be in the 40s Wednesday afternoon. And so once again, there's going to be a lag time between the rain changing over to snow. So especially in our Greenwood zone, it may be rain for a little while, but that should change over to snow. So at first glance, and I'll be fine-tuning this during the day, the lower snow totals will be focused over our southern zones. Highest totals are going to be up in the mountains where it's going to start and end of snow. And a couple to several inches of snow is not out of the question for our northern, mountain zone on down to the parts of the Greenville and Spartanburg zone. Again, I love to look at the newest, latest and greatest, and I'll get more, information coming in during the day. But right now it looks like there's a decent chance of a bigger snowstorm coming in Wednesday night.
So what's your guesstimation? Because people are going to say, okay, how much snow are we going to get, Christy, and where? How specific can you be at this point? Because these things do have a lot of volatility; they can change. What do you anticipate?
Yeah. Right now, from say Lawrence up towards Greenville, Spartanburg, if we got close to a half inch to an inch around those areas today, I mean, I would say 2 to 3 inches is a solid possibility right now in those areas. Maybe lesser amount south, and maybe 3 to 5 inches up towards the mountain zone. So, I would say it'll be about 2 to 3 times what we saw today.
Gotcha. That's pretty.
So it just, and it would be, once again, a wet snow too. So that means that we could be dealing with some more issues going into Thursday morning. And even tomorrow morning, it depends on how much of this dries up as far as black ice concerns go. So we may have to talk about that some, tonight, even before the next storm system comes in.
Well, the poor schools.
Let me see. I was going to look at.
Trying to figure out, Christy, the delay situation. We talked about that at 11 last night. What are they going to do if they continue to have delays erupting this week for the kids and their schedules? So that's going to be a story we'll be following up on the news side today as we, look at the impact this has for school and extra days and all that.
That's right. And we talked yesterday too on the news about how the schools are going to make up the lost days, and so each day that's canceled, they either have to make it up, or like last year when we had a week's worth of snow days, and they were asking the state to forgive the days. So I don't know what they're going to do, but we've had 3 snow days now in Spartanburg, and it's possible, depending on how this next system works out, that there could be another one. Yeah. So, kids, it's important to do your homework, keep up. Yes. But the weather sometimes throws a wrench into everything on how it's going to work out.
That's right. If the chief meteorologist says, kids, do your homework, anytime there's snow forecast, it's a really good move, That tells you that's a smart act to do. All right, so we've got some other pictures coming in. This is, for example, a look at Greenville. I don't know if people can see that very well, but that's a shot from Greenville from one of our viewers. We've also got this from Jamarcus Gaston in Studio 62. They're coming on at 11 a.m. They'll have another weather update. I think Malachi will join that show and update the weather situation for them. Yeah. So that's Studio 62.
And Jamarcus is good.
Go ahead.
Yep. I was going to say he was going to be showing a lot of pictures too during his show, so it should be a really cool show to watch to see what everybody got.
Absolutely. And then we've got this picture coming in. I think that is Greenville. That's the Greenville picture. I think I might have shown you the Asheville picture. No, here comes an Asheville picture. This is from Asheville, and this was early this morning. I mean, this was before it really got going. So I'm not sure, as it turned out, how much
Yeah.
Asheville got. What are the numbers you're seeing for the Asheville folks?
Let's see. I was just looking at Buncombe County too. Go back to the other one here. It's ranged anywhere from 1 to 2 inches with higher amounts, 3 and 4 inches in the higher elevation. Here's one. Asheville reported 1.6 inches of snow.
Okay.
But see, that was as of 5 o'clock this morning.
And it's probably still been falling a little bit more.
And so they may have ended up with closer to two. I'd say 1.5 to 2 inches around Asheville.
Brandon is
3.5 inches up towards Newland.
Okay. And Brandon's asking, where do our viewers share their pictures? You can do that by uploading them on the station Facebook page, WSPA's station Facebook page. You can also email them to share@WSPA.com. That is a way to do that. So make sure if you guys want to share them that you email them there. That'll pop them right into our photo gallery. So it's kind of a great way to be on the WSPA website. And then the producers at Channel 7 look through those pictures pretty much to decide what they're going to put on TV. So that if you want your picture on TV, that's probably the best place to do it. I personally love to get them on my wall too. I just like to see them. So if you want to share them, Christy does too. You can share them there. But if you want them on television, the best place is to go to the station Facebook.
Yeah. I'm looking at the information. I know a lot of people are wondering how much snow is coming in for tomorrow. We're just now getting some newer information here on one of our computer models, trusty computer models. And it still looks like there's a good chance of some rain starting up in the afternoon, probably late afternoon, changing over to snow. First, of course, in the northern zones. Mountain zone's going to start out as snow anyway. And then our Greenville and Spartanburg zones also snow, but the Greenwood zone, maybe eastern sections of the Spartanburg zone, little rain by 7 o'clock, and then that changes over to snow overnight. I would say along and north of 85, those areas have the best chance of seeing some significant accumulations as far as being several inches of snow. And then over our Greenwood zone, and remember, this can change. All it takes is for the rain snow line to sink a little farther to the south, but right now, it's kind of favoring more of a rain-snow mix for the Greenwood zone.
We're getting
so the moisture's going to get as far north as Kentucky.
Gotcha. Tim Linder's saying they got about 1.5 inches near Lander at his place, so that's kind of cool. Get this.
Yeah, up towards Landrum. Yeah, I had a picture on Facebook from Landrum, so they got a pretty good coating. Let's see, it stopped snowing here. Hey, Pioneer, Elizabeth, is it going to start up again? No, we're finished with this one. Outside of just a few leftover flurries, that's it for today. And as the snow ends, the temperature is going to slowly start to come up. I'm still looking at some radar returns in eastern Union County, also near Lawrence. Heavier returns over towards Greenwood, probably really wet snowflakes, because that changes over to freezing rain down towards Columbia. So this is going to be the first system wrapping up this morning. And then highs only in the mid to upper 30s. Yesterday we were in the upper 50s. So
yeah, it's definitely colder out here.
Another round of whiplash weather.
Yeah, really. Here comes the roller coaster. Riding the roller coaster in the Carolinas.
Yeah, right.
All right, so Christy, let's tell them we have a plan, you guys, tonight to come back on Spreecast, video chatting and sharing more pictures. I'll have more time to put pictures in tonight so we can take a look at the whole sort of area. We'll plan it out a little bit better than this one. And Christy will be giving you all the lowdown. So if you have questions about this next weather system, start thinking about what they are. Obviously, the number one question is, how much is at my house, right?
That's right. Exactly.
But
and we'll be able to narrow it down a lot better tonight too.
Yeah, it's amazing. Explain to them, Christy, how almost hour by hour you're getting data, more and more data that comes in and really fine tunes the forecast.
Well, at least every 12 hours at a minimum, we get new information. And what happens is the measurements taken in the atmosphere change every time they're taken, and that newer, latest and greatest info is fed into these really complex mathematical equations. So the computers kind of crunch them up and they spit out the possibilities on how things are going to unfold. And when a new measurement of the atmosphere is taken, if it looks colder this time than was estimated by the computer or the instruments last time, then we're going to get a different outcome. And so when we say we're waiting on new information, it's to actually fine tune and improve the accuracy of what we're going to deliver to you in the forecast package on the news.
All right. Well, that helps you understand how complex this really is. It's not just today, tonight, tomorrow situation. This is like a much more complicated
Yeah,
thing for the meteorologist
exactly.
to fine tune. And we appreciate you, Christy. I personally think you stay conservative in the sense of not promising things you can't deliver. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you're always very careful about not putting things out
Yeah.
there
Oh, yeah.
that freak people out unnecessarily, and I appreciate that. I think our
That's
viewers do
right.
too.
That's right. Yeah. I don't believe in hype. I believe in making you aware early on, and then once we get closer to it, then we can alert you to the specifics so that you know how to prepare. Because what we don't want is for people running out for milk and bread 5 days in advance, and then we don't get anything. And so what we're going to do is say, looks like this could happen. This is the window to watch. As we get closer to it, we have more information to give you more to work with, because we don't want your expectations to be out of whack compared to what we actually get. And I don't make the weather. I think everyone understands that, but we do our very best to get it right every time.
Well, we appreciate that. Okay, so a couple of things. Remember, 7:30 is the Spreecast. The next one, I'm going to actually set it
Right.
up so you'll be able to shortly RSVP if you want a reminder about that. If you come back to this basic
Yeah.
URL that we were on earlier, I'll share it out again, and you guys can get an RSVP to remind you. Also, Chrissy has mentioned it multiple times. I mentioned it a lot on TV. The weather app. Download the weather app. It's great to look at the radar
Yeah.
and track, especially this next system that's coming in. Plus, you'll get your hour by hour forecast, which I think is always amazing. See the temperatures, see what's happening. And then the other thing is get the news app, because the news app will send out alerts about closings and delays for school. And that's really handy when you're sitting there going, is it? Isn't it? Is it? Well, you get like a, hey, Spartanburg just canceled. Hey, so you're getting alerts and really important information. So couple of things to do while you're waiting all afternoon at your house and playing with the kids in the snow. Download 2 apps, RSVP to the Spreecast, and we'll see you at 7:30 on the internet. Well, of course, we're on TV starting at 5 o'clock.
That's right. We'll see you then. And Linda Ward, I see your comment. So we're having more snow tomorrow evening. It looks that way, and we'll have much more tonight. So hope you sign in at 7:30. We'll see y'all then.
All right, 7:30, and then 5, 6, 5, 5:30, 6, 7, 10, 11, and the noon show is coming up with Malachi.
That's right. We've got a lot of great stuff.
All right, see you guys later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.